Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So this is part 2 of community questions for the Lead Team Collective. All right, we're going to ask them yes and no questions that you guys came up with. I did a post on the channel, which if you subscribe to the channel and you hit your notifications, then turn your notifications on, you will get notified when I put a post out to ask for questions. So the first half, part 1, which I will post here at the end of this video, will pop up right here if you want to catch part 1. Really interesting. We had questions regarding POTUS and Edgar Casey's predictions of a future healer POTUS. We had a Gavin Newsom question, a question about the military housing, some of the folks moving into military housing in the U.S. In the administration. A question about the 2 National Guardsmen in Illinois who defied orders because they didn't think it was right what we were asking them to do, which is amazing. A question about the East Wing, the drones over the LA basin. Let's see, a question about King Charles, question about Venezuela. So a lot of really good questions. So this is part 2 of that, where we are continuing to answer the questions. So let's go ahead and say our prayer real quick. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the Lead Team Collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the Lead Team Collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. They're like saying, yes, yes. Okay. Hey, you guys. How are you? Awesome. Thanks, as always, for all your support of this community and all of your guidance. We really appreciate it. So big hearts if you're in the chat right now. If you could send out big hearts or hugs to them, that would be amazing. Okay. All right. So, all right, Lead Team, we're just continuing from yesterday with additional questions from the community here that are in front of me. So question number 1, will the U.S. experience an economic recession in 2026? Yes, so this is not financial advice, obviously, and all of it's entertainment purposes only and allegedly. Okay, so if yes, is there a possibility it will be a depression like in the 1930s? No, and in fact, I'm going to make a note right now to myself. Hang on a sec. So I just made a note for myself because I actually did some research with Mabel, my AI, about this topic, thinking, I was wondering it too, like, is it possible that we would be in a position like they were in the 1930s type of thing? I will run that report again. I might do a call out to you guys for questions. So watch in the post area, because I do like your questions better than the questions Mabel gives me. And so I might do, in the next week or so, a full video on that research about, so then you would know like what it's going to look like what it could look like. And I'll just tell you right now, they're saying no. And if what I'm remembering, I don't remember the details, but what I'm remembering is I left that report feeling phew, like that. So just so you know, if that's all you need to know. If you're a big picture like me, then that's all you need to know. All right. But for those who want a little bit more information, I'll maybe, because that is that would make an interesting video to do together, to have a conversation about that. All right. Will food prices in the U.S. normalize in 2026? Yes. Yes. All right. Well, that's good. Will they go down in 2026? Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they keep raising the prices, and then if things adjust, they're not going to lower them. They're going to like, hey, we're just going to keep it here. But will they start lowering food prices in 2026 in the U.S.? Yes. Will the Affordable Care Act subsidies be restored once the Trump administration is gone? Yes. Will it be restored before the Trump administration is gone? Yes. Will the Affordable Care Act subsidies look the same in the next, let's say, in the next 5 years as they do now? No. Will they be in support of the people in general, than more supportive of the people in general than, let's say, the billionaires? Because they need more money. They're the ones who need more money. Yes. People on the, and that's another thing I would love to do, like, I'm going to write that one down because I think that would make a really good Coffee with Karen as well. Because people have this impression, and I'll give you a quick example. This is why I had to break this down into two, because I like to do my little commentary. And I'm sorry if you don't like my commentary, but this is what I do. So what makes it interesting for me? So I'm going to put a Affordable Care Act for Coffee with Karen as well. So and this is why, because my husband was talking to one of his coworkers, and she said, oh, sure. Like, because they told them, TSA, that if they were going to call in sick during this government shutdown, one day they'd have to get a doctor's note. And she goes, oh, right. So I have to pay my $50 deductible to go get a doctor's note that says I have a headache. So, they can't actually do that because their union contract does not require that. So they're just scare tactics. But, so anyways, so she said, so I'll have to, like she said, like, oh, sure, I have to do that. But then she's a Republican. She made some smart ass remark about then people who get, the food stamps or whatever and don't even have to work. And I'm like, she doesn't know. Like, she makes comments like that, but she doesn't know and I don't know 100% either, just because I haven't done the research, and I will do the research and then do a Coffee with Karen. Because the thing is my impression, and I wish people just wouldn't, like, I would never make a comment like that unless I knew, like, I actually did research. And she's just doing it because she heard that on Fox News or something, So, and that's where we need to be better critical thinkers, obviously, of every single thing that comes across our plate. Because you can have a person who works 3 jobs and still needs the subsidies because they're not getting paid enough. I mean, wake up. God. I worked in higher ed for 30 years. Like 10 of those last years, I think there was probably 5 years, 5, 6, 7 years, we got 0% inflation increase. So then the income gap just kept, we got 0%, but the president of the college probably got a nice little bump. I wouldn't be surprised, So this is what it's about. So people who just make those kind of comments, it's like, could you please learn about something new? Get some new perspective in life. So anyways, that might be an interesting Coffee with Karen. Is the Affordable Care Act leading the way to universal health care? Great question. What? Yes. See? So all this stuff happening for a reason? Really wide swing, you guys. Great question. Will the U.S. move towards single-payer health care? Single-payer health care around 2033. That's very specific. 2033. Yes. So between now and 2033, the U.S. will move towards single-payer health care. I don't even know what single-payer means. Yes. Will it move towards universal health care? Is it, I don't know if it's the same thing, but okay. So they're saying yes. All right. I don't know if it's the same thing, but yes and yes. Is that good? What is this? Is the overturned truck carrying diseased monkeys in Mississippi? Mississippi. Is the overturned truck carrying diseased monkeys in Mississippi, I haven't heard about this, going to cause disease outbreaks in humans? Yes. Will it cause diseased outbreaks in animals? Yes. Is there a possibility that this will lead to a pandemic? Oh boy. Yes. Now, a pandemic doesn't necessarily, we've had pandemics that are small that never even touch us, Is it possible? Oh, they're saying yes, that's true. Is this something, was it in this video or the one that we did yesterday where they asked, about a shutdown? We did. It was in yesterday's video. So they did say there will be some kind of shutdown, health related, in 2026. So is this shutdown that we talked about yesterday in part 1, is it related to this diseased monkey situation? Yes. What? Will we, when it actually comes to light, will we know that that's the connection? Okay. Yes. Don't worry about it, you guys. Just go with the flow at this point. It's all entertainment purposes only. Let's not worry about something we don't need to worry about right now. But that's interesting. So keep an eye on that. Is the creation of synthetic protein in labs true? Did somebody ask this because of something I said the other day? Yes. Does this have to do with, what is it called? Not crystal. What is it? I'm not finding the word. You guys are going to scream it at me now. Okay. Is it because of that? What is that called, you guys? It's off the top of my head. I can't think of it. I said it the other day. Well, it's biotechnology, basically. So is it because of biotechnology? CRISPR technology? Yes. And so, okay. All right. That's cool. I saw a thing on that they have actually grown like a steak out of biotechnology, taking a cell from a cow, but not growing an entire cow with that you have to hurt, but they grew a steak. What? Okay, so they're saying yes, the creation of, and I don't even, it's not synthetic, you guys. It's not synthetic. It's like real from the cell. So is it synthetic steak? I guess it depends on how it depends on what you consider synthetic. To me, synthetic is fake. But this is not fake. Like, it's really biotechnology from the actual cell of a cow. So it's crazy. Will humans one day be able to replace eating animals with these, I'll just call it, real proteins made from their cells? Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, because it really, 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 really is healthy. It is. Just do the research. Just start watching the carnivore doctors. I know it is so hard. I used to be plant-based. I get it. I don't love it. But I'm very, very careful of which animals I eat. Make sure they had good life. They were harvested, is what they call them, ethically. So, and they were on grazed pastures their whole life, weren't pumped up for the last 3 months with corn, that kind of stuff. So you got to pay for it. But anyway, so that's really exciting. Will we start to be able to buy those steaks, let's say, or hamburger, by 2030? Yes. Awesome. Will they be like uber expensive? No. Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, talk about being able to feed everybody, right? Nobody should be hungry. Nobody. Is it true that the face of the earth will change significantly within 50 years? I got to break this question down. Yes. Due to celestial body impacting the Atlantic Ocean. What? I don't know enough about that to even clarify, but yes. So I broke it down. So yes, the face of the earth will change significantly in the next 50 years. Wow. Yes. But due to the celestial body impacting the Atlantic Ocean, what do you guys know that I don't know? This is why I love this community, because you guys come up with so many good questions. Yes. All right. Is it possible for us to develop spiritual communication with the higher selves of animals? Yes. Is it possible for us to develop spiritual communication with a tree? Yes. And the only reason I say that is because I saw a guy on YouTube. I won't be able to find his channel. Usually if I mention somebody, I will link their channel. So just put in medium talks to trees or something. Yeah, he listens to trees and they talk to him. It's kind of incredible. I just haven't watched it. It was a while ago, and I don't think I'll be able to find him. So I'm not even sure I subscribe to his channel. But is it true that cats are multi-dimensional creatures? What? Yes. I mean, they are multiple. That's probably not a surprise, multi-dimensional. It depends on what you mean by that. Can cats see and understand? This is clarification on that. Can cats see and understand? They're already saying yes. Energies humans generally don't. Yes. There is no doubt with Lucy, my other cat Cleo, who was a boy, Himalayan, white Himalayan, the sweetest thing in the entire world. We put him down a year ago. He was 18. It was time. And for him, he was ready. Anyways, and I have spoken to him on the pendulum. I've told that story before. I won't tell it now, but it was unbelievable. Accurate. Like we knew it was him type of thing when he sent this message to us. And I don't know if I did a separate video on that. I don't think so. You got to hang around to hear my stories because, I mention things all the time, as I do here. If anybody is interested in listening to me, which, if there's anybody, I really appreciate it. It's just fun for me to be able to talk about stuff with you. But, so Cleo, when he passed, he would always be the first one to the bedroom door in the morning. I never let them sleep with me because they'd always wake me up in the middle of the night. So, and I got to prioritize sleep, So he would always be the first. The door opens and he's the first one down the hallway, right? And then Lucy would come, boop, 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 but he was always the first one picked up, demanding of that, right? So then when he passed, and she's now the only cat, she has never experienced this home without other cats. So it's just us and her now. And because we had other cats too with her. But so she would walk down the hallway and she would look. And I swear, I know she was waiting for him, but I swear she could see him. And there's many times I think she can still see him, So, but that first couple of weeks, it was kind of sad actually, because she would look down the hallway, is he coming? What? Where is he? Yeah. And how do you help a cat understand that? It's got to be time, right? Just that's the only way we understand things too. Are ghosts simply the lower selves of people who existed and have not yet gone to the light? Okay, no, I did see a question. I wonder if this is the same person who posted this as a comment, because I know I've talked about lower selves, higher selves. And it is just that I don't have any proof in terms of lower self, higher self, or what that is. I understand the higher self, but the lower self, I just start calling it the lower self. And then other people in the community, which you can chime in now and help other people understand too. I heard other people in the community say, well, it kind of makes sense that the lower self is just your ego. It's like your ego self, right? But so that is an interesting question though, I don't know. I think once, okay, let me just ask it this way. When we transition out of our human physical body, okay, let's get that straight. So we're leaving our physical human body. Are we leaving our lower self behind? What I would consider, okay, well, what I'm kind of sensing as the lower self. So yes. So for those who choose to not go to the light, let's say, or go to the other realm right away, and they kind of stay close to the physical plane, kind of in between. I don't know if it's an in between. Okay, so they're saying no to the in between. But so those who choose to stay closer to the light, are they less connected, let's say, to their higher self at that point? Oh, yes. Okay, so they're less, and it's not that, it's just that it's their awareness, correct? So it's not that they don't have a higher self, obviously they do. Okay, yes. So it is part of their transition period that they're transitioning this way on purpose? Yes. Okay. Interesting. So I don't think they're caught. Like, I just don't, are they caught between the two realms? No. All right. So it's free will, correct? Like choice, free will. Yes. But is it free will in the sense that they are fully aware of what's going on? Are they fully aware in order to use their free will? Okay, so no. See that? Okay, so then it does feel a little like they're trapped then, because in that scenario, they're still saying no. All right, okay, but it just, you know what I mean? It kind of feels that way a little bit. So any of you guys who have any insights on that, please chime in so that we can just continue to learn from each other. What do you know? What have you learned? And again, everything in my opinion is gray. So don't go in there and say, this is the way it is. Just say, one way to look at it is this, or I heard this, or I learned this, you know. But I'm not too fond of people when they say, yeah, this is the only way to look at something. I'm just not too fond about it. Do our lower selves, so our ego, our human selves basically, ascend in frequency to integrate into our higher selves upon our passing from this world? Yes. So we ascend. I think the key part of that question is ascending in frequency, correct? Yes. Okay, that's interesting. So our vibration must change when we leave our physical body. Yes, in order for us to integrate. Yes. Oh, I never thought of it that way. Like, yeah, our vibration would have to. And so is it the transition that some spirits, when they leave their bodies, is it their adjustment period of being able to raise their vibration high enough? Is that what that whole thing is about them staying closer to the earth realm? Is it because of the way that their vibration is or isn't shifting? Oh, so yes. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, last question. Is there any chance at all of an Ebenezer Scrooge moment? This is my sister's question. I'm certain of it. She has such good last funny questions. Is there any chance at all of an Ebenezer Scrooge moment for the U.S. when there is a collective national spiritual awakening? Oh, maybe it wasn't her. I mean, it's not really a funny question, but that's fascinating. Yes. So think about that, you guys. Like an Ebenezer. Oh, we should do like a session in December on like, I don't know. We're gonna have fun and get creative. Because I love during the holidays we can do kind of fun things. Like I did energy. Like I did a couple oracle readings around Halloween last week. I just enjoy doing that. So we should do something around Ebenezer Scrooge, like the concept of Ebenezer Scrooge. That might be interesting. So yes. So you're telling me there will be, well, now the question, again, we have to be careful with the questions, right? Because it says, is there any chance? So when you ask it that way, well, yeah, there's any chance, right? So will there be a collective national U.S. spiritual awakening? Yes. Will that be before the end of 2030? Yes. So by the end of 2030, most of U.S. citizens, are you saying most U.S. citizens will be spiritually awake? Yes. Will that have anything to do with ETs? Yeah, they started saying yes right away on that. Okay. So that will, like, because we're going to start to realize when we're going to start having more ET communication? Yes. In a way that's not fear-based? Yes. So that we start to realize there's way more going on. Like people who don't really think there's way more going on are going to see it. Yes. All right. And that's what we would consider a spiritual awakening, basically. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Ebenezer Scrooge, spiritual awakening, collective spiritual awakening. I love it. All right, we'll see you in the next video. I hope this was helpful. If you have additional questions, feel free to put them here and we can do a part 3 and a part 4, or they don't even have to be parts. They can just be additional questions that you have and I'll just keep answering them. All right, take care. Bye-bye.